and me the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you.
Hey guys, welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name is Amy, and today I'm doing a pick a card all about what makes you so magical. This should be a really fun reading, and I'm so glad you're here today. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? It's really good to have you. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and becoming a member of my tribe. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, what is up? How are you? It's always good to connect with your energy, and I truly appreciate you guys being here. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Now, as you can see, I've done a little bit of a pre-shuffle, and I have 3 stickers. These are going to be your psychic linking objects. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each of these stickers up close so you can get a better vibe of each group. Group 1, you are the Red Rose Witch. Group 2, you are the Green Witch. Group 3, you are the Red Hat Witch. Okay guys, those are your 3 selections. I will insert a little video for those of you who need a bit more time to see which group you're drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one group, there is probably more than one message here for you. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures on the other side. Bye guys.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python. Grab what I like real fast, choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact.
Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
Hey Group 1, all of you that selected the Red Rose Witch, this is going to be your reading all about why are you so magical. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I've already done a bit of a pre-shuffle, but I will be pulling more cards as I need to for clarity. Alright, so let's get into your reading and see what came out for you. Alright, the first card we have is Sacred Sites, and this is intensification. All right, what makes you so magical? We have Grimoire, and this is authenticity. We have Pythia, knowledge. We have imagination, beyond limits, 15. We have Pandora, curiosity. Okay, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Are you kidding me? I don't want to butcher this goddess's name. So we have trust. Okay, and we have transformation, becoming me. And we have Lucifer. All right, well, your vibe is extremely powerful. Um, I feel like some of you guys are almost human lie detectors, okay? There's just this feeling you guys have when someone is not being honest. And I feel like I'm seeing like the detective card from the archetypes deck I use a lot. I feel like you get some of you guys absolutely know when someone's lying, and some of you guys get this little like nudge and you dig. You just dig. You're tenacious as fuck and you don't let it go. And you just, it's almost like you know, but you prove it. It's almost like you prove it to yourself or other people. And people have learned to trust you when it comes to stuff like this because you just have a sixth sense about people. Many of you are psychic or you're empathic. I do think that some of you guys who have had this ability for a while, and some of you guys who are just learning about it have gone through a process or are going through a process where you're learning to trust this intuition. And the road to learning to trust this ability, this gift, is rough. Because many times when we're learning to trust this kind of gift, we go with the opposite of what our intuition says. It's almost like we bet against it to kind of validate it instead of betting on it to validate it. And so I feel like you've bet against your gut enough in your life to know when to bet on it, right? And a lot of you guys are learning that. You're learning to trust what you know. You're learning to trust your feelings. There's also this magical vibe with you of the sense of justice. You believe in fair play. And when people don't play fair with you, well, all bets are off, aren't they? I get that vibe. And hey, there's no judgment here. When someone crosses you and they go beyond your boundaries, right? And you have been fair and you have been clear about your boundaries. They have betrayed your trust in some kind of way. You let them know. I think you're the kind of person that's very upfront about this. And you may come across at times as very, what is the word I'm looking for? I feel like you're very kind until people cross you, and then people think you're a bitch. They think you're cold, like you're hot and cold to some people. You run hot and cold. And that's that magical energy you have because you trust your gut and you know about people. And when you get a good vibe, you vibe with people like you're down for them. You have their back. You're the kind of person that will do for people, okay? Now, if you work in magic, with this intensification card, this grimoire, this sacred sites, I feel like your magic is extremely powerful. I feel like you're one of those magical people who really get into learning, probably learning about ancient cultures, ancient knowledge. There's a lot of enlightenment energy here with knowledge and Lucifer. There's a love of learning here. And there's a love of the sense of the wonder of illumination, the wonder of enlightenment itself. Some of you guys are on that journey of just really, I want to say, pushing past your personal boundaries of self, your personal boundaries of what is known, of your experiences. There's a very expansive energy here with group 1. I feel a lot of energy of Jupiter, of Sagittarius especially. You may have Sagittarius or some kind of very highly aspected, positively aspect in your natal chart with Jupiter or Sagittarius. And I feel like there's a very dreamy aspect as well with Pisces and Neptune, Uranus as well. You may have powerful Gemini in your chart. And I'm feeling like for some of you, you may have had some past lives here in the Temple of Delphi, or you may have been an oracle of a god or a goddess. You may have been a high priestess, but I do feel that in some way you have a channeling ability. You have the ability to open up to messages from the other side. Some of you guys may have spirit medium abilities as well with this Pythia card here. And I feel like that is where your knowing comes from. And some of you guys have never expanded on this knowing. And it may be because in this life there's some kind of, or there has been some kind of oppression around that ability, around that gift. And so you may have your own like obstacles, personal judgments about that, etc. And you may be right now going through kind of a letting go of that or an exploration of these ideas. And I feel like this magical vibe you have, I feel like for many of you has always made you a little different. And it really is like in your aura. It's something people have felt from you. It's an underlying energy that no matter how hard you have tried to not seem like a magical person, you just are, because there is an essence of power within you and it flows through you, and it's coming from these past lives. I feel like Pythia here is almost a portal, okay? This card here represents like a vast number of different lifetimes where different abilities were accessed and mastered. And you in this lifetime have the ability to kind of bring those energies and those abilities forward, if you like. Some of you guys have aspects in your natal chart that make learning occult or spiritual things, ideas, philosophies very easy. Okay. You may have some kind of aspect with Saturn as well, maybe with Gemini or some air sign that makes occult studies a little bit more easier, or manipulation of energies come easier. You may be an energy worker as well, or be drawn to Reiki or something like that. Let's get some more energy here and find out why you're so magical. Tell me more. Tell me more about why my group 1 is so magical. This one wanted to pop out. We have bond, catnip. Okay, I feel like when people get close to you, they feel this magical energy. I feel like people trust you. They trust what you know, and they trust your knowing. And I feel like for some of you who have like magical knowledge and you've shared it with people, I feel like people have found that knowledge to be very foundational, something they can depend on, something that proved to be right. So if you shared spell work, if you shared meditation, if you different kinds of meditation, if you shared just your experiences, I think people really found it to be enlightening. If you've never shared anything, I think when people get close to you, they feel this energy. I want you to know that this magical energy that I feel from group 1, and I'm surprised to kind of feel this, to be honest. I feel like it's something that people just pick up on. It's a power that you have, and it kind of is underlying everything. And I feel like you may be the kind of person who kind of holds your magic close to you. And I don't think you realize that you're just so powerful that the shielding or masking that you're doing isn't working anymore. So you either need to mask up more, okay, if you're trying to shield, and I have no judgment about you shielding your magical ability or yourself, or you need to become more accustomed to people knowing. All right, those are your two choices, okay? I feel like this is coming forward in your reading, so you're more aware. All right. Now, if you're not generally a magical person, I feel like you have a very powerful empathic or psychic ability. And many of you haven't, if you have engaged with it, you haven't fully engaged with it. There's a little bit of discomfort here that I'm feeling. And I really feel like there is a healing going on with that, a healing of the awareness, a bonding with this aspect of self, right? An intensification of the gift as an acceptance an acceptance of this as part of your experience here now, okay? A transformation. You may be a Scorpio too with that transformation card. Okay, tell me more about why is my group 1 so magical? Tell me more. We're going to take this one. We have peace, olive. And we have tears, onion. I feel like people who you are bonded with, people who you take into your inner sanctum, and that's really what it's feeling like right now. It really feels like when you take people into your inner sanctum, I think people can emotionally invest in you very safely. I feel like you may be the friend people cry to. They may invest their emotions in you. They feel very safe with you because I feel like you are a ride or die to those people. Okay. I feel like the essence of your magical yourself, the essence of your magical self, the essence of this magical energy that I feel really has come from a lot of your own tears, though, a lot of your own suffering. I think you've overcome a great deal to get where you are today. And I feel like you really protect your peace at all costs. You understand what it's like to not receive your justice in life. I think you have been really messed over. And some of you guys have serious situations where you know you're never going to really receive closure. And it's been difficult. So you understand what people who are kind of on the outside feel like, because I feel like you've been there. You've been somewhat of an outsider with this Lucifer card here, emotionally, mentally, physically, what have you. And I think because of that, your energy is just one of liberation and justice and freedom for people. I think you really care about your fellow human being. And right now on the planet, right now with everything the way it is, that is a magical energy because there's a lot of people who are having a hard time maintaining that kind of energy for others. Okay, so I feel like the fact that you still have that while other people are kind of giving up is magical. Okay, and I don't want you to lose that. I don't want you to lose that hope that you have. Okay, because it's really important that those of us who are able to hold on to that, hold on to it as much as possible. Okay, because I feel like despite all the tears that you experienced, especially in tight, close relationships, like I feel like you've been betrayed at some very deep levels in your life, very fundamental root chakra connections. So this would be like family, mom, dad, close family friends, deep betrayals that I'm not going to trigger. You know, we're not here to talk about that, but it's made you incredibly strong. You've learned a ton of lessons. And because of this, you're very knowledgeable, okay? You're also unafraid to dig deep on people that you don't have good vibes on. You don't let people just ride by. You don't let people skate by you. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have transforming empathic absorptions. And then we have the transformation card, becoming me. I feel like you really have in so many ways transformed yourself or your life, or you're working on this. And I feel like that in itself is such a magical energy because like I said, with this onion card here, there's been a lot of tears shed. There's been a lot of anger. There's been a lot of betrayal here. And no one in the world would have blamed you for staying where you were. No one, not one person, okay, would have blamed you for kind of staying in that energy. But you didn't. You have moved through it. You are moving through it. You're transforming. And I feel like you don't realize that people around you who pick up on this transforming energy, it's very magical. It's that undercurrent that people pick up on. It's part of that magical energy that people can't really put their finger on, but they feel it and they know it's there. And it's that powerful moving force that has helped you transmute a lot of pain, a lot of tears into this powerful, knowledgeable energy of this powerhouse that when people break your trust, when you have friends that are hurting, when you have terrible situations, you are a fighter. You are a champion. You are a champion not only for yourself, but for other people. People can really depend on you. I almost feel like you have like a superhero vibe. For real. But wrapped up in a very attractive package. Like Spirit's pulling me back to the sticker. Okay. Like this is a very attractive, like, person. Like, you're very attractive. You're very beautiful. I dropped a card. Let me pick it up. Okay, we have 3 cards that dropped. We have the Hierophant, the Four of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Okay. You have a lot of leadership energy. I think people naturally gravitate to your energy. Okay. And I feel like you guys may shun this a little bit. You may be like, I don't want to be a leader. I really don't want to be that person. Yet, when people come to you for help, when they come to you to be uplifted, when they come to you to be supported, you're there for them. Honey, that's what a leader does. Okay, they're there for people. A true leader doesn't just boss people around and tell people what to do. A true leader, a true boss is there for their people. They're one of the people. They don't see themselves as someone different or separate. They are part of the people. Okay, they just happen to wear the label that signs the checks kind of thing, right? And I feel like that's an understanding that once you're able to get real comfortable with that, being a leader won't feel as weird to you. When you understand that it's not, that there really isn't a separation from you and the people that you help, the people that come to you. And this could be personal, it could be business, it could be whatever, okay? But you have that magical energy of leadership, of people want to invest in your energy. People want more of your energy. You're a healer. At the deepest level, you heal people, and you may laugh at that. But some of you heal people by making them laugh. You make them feel better about their own situation because you know the value of laughter because of what you've been through. You understand that laughter in itself is very magical. That's why so many people who have had very traumatic lives are so funny, because they realize like a dark sense of humor will get you very far in life. It will get you through some of the darkest shit you can imagine, right? Because more than likely you guys have a pretty dark sense of humor because you guys have been through some dark stuff. We have the Four of Cups and the Ace of Swords. I feel like people will come to you through when they really are very confused and conflicted. Okay, when they're really lost. I feel this feeling with this Four of Cups just intuitively of like people feeling lost. And I feel like you have felt this energy of feeling lost. Okay. But I feel like you've learned to really lean on your intuition, to lean on your gut, to lean on your practice, whatever this thing is, because it gives you such powerful clarity. And you have had multiple breakthroughs. If you haven't, you're going to, okay, because you have this energy, all right? And what I mean by breakthroughs are moments of clarity where what you learned, what you have learned and gone through, transforms from knowledge to wisdom, okay? You have this great energy with this Lucifer card here of being a natural teacher, a healer, that kind of vibe. And it's very natural. It's not something you have to force. It's not something that's difficult for you. In fact, probably many of you don't even think of yourself as a teacher. You just have these conversations with people and they go a certain way and the person walks away with clarity, or they walk away feeling better. You give them something that they didn't realize they needed sometimes. You know, you give them some clarity or some kind of emotional relief or emotional support that they didn't they weren't really looking for, and they may not have known they needed, but they got it and now they feel better. So I feel like you're a gift giver in such a magical way, and people don't see you coming necessarily. They don't necessarily understand this energy you have because it's very powerful. And so you hit people with some of the most healing and beautiful energy. And sometimes people don't know what hit them. They don't, I feel like you say things, a lot of you guys say things to people that cause them to think. They're like that one thing they heard that day that caused them to think. That one thing that caused them to think about that thing that they were up late at night thinking about, Nine of Swords energy, like that one worrisome thing. And it may have been like a quote from The Wizard of Oz or something, and it had nothing to do with what you think it was. You may be a deliverer of messages from the universe just randomly to people because you're just connected. And your energy is very vast and just generally very magical. And you have this really cool vibe of believing in justice and liberation for everyone, not just for yourself. And it's really, really beautiful. So, okay, guys, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey group 2, all of you that selected the Green Witch, this is going to be your reading all about what makes you so magical. Keep in mind this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. We're going to get into the cards that came out for you. I will be pulling more cards as I need to for clarity, so let's get into it and see what came out for you. We have Charms, this is Enchantment. Okay, what makes you so magical? We have Magical Clothing, Empowerment. Ooh, okay. I'm already getting a feeling. You may be ruled by Venus. You may be Taurus. You may be Libra. We have Advantage. Okay. We have Deception, Spider. The first one was Mouse. We have Courage, Time. We have Breathe, Eucalyptus, Breath, Breathe. We have Mint, Clarity. We have Goat, Potency. Oh my. We have Mammon. Okay. You guys, first of all, I'm feeling kind of a glam vibe, like a bad bitch vibe for you guys. First of all, I feel like you're very earthy, very connected to like herbalism, things like that. You might just be really outdoorsy or like to grow flowers or just like to be outside in some kind of way, maybe really into animals. I use the Familiars Witchy Oracle deck for this particular group. So, yeah, I feel like your appearance is very important to you. I feel like people are enchanted by you. I think you have an enchanting personality. You might be a natural flirt. I also feel like there's something about the way you look. You may have a certain kind of aesthetic, or you put forth a certain kind of aesthetic. Maybe not all the time, but you do put effort into the way you look. You may even practice glamour magic of some kind. But with the Mammon card here, I think you give off the vibe of glam or luxury or wealth. Okay, it doesn't mean you have it necessarily, but you give off that vibe. I also get this energy from you, group 2, that with the potency here and the Mammon card, I just get this energy and with all the clothing and the charms, like you have the ability to be a powerful manifester, especially with all this green energy. It really makes me think about someone who's so connected to earth energy, to the environment, to plant magic and crystals and things like that, and being so connected to the etheric and being able to kind of put those two things together to bring through this very magical vision of life. I feel like, especially with the spider, you have this ability to kind of weave your life. And even if it doesn't work out exactly how you picture it, you often see the stroke work of your magic manifest in your life. And I feel like I feel like sometimes you shock yourself. Sometimes you're disappointed because it doesn't work out the way you want it to, but you're becoming more and more comfortable with your flow. I feel like a lot of you guys are learning about your flow. I feel like some of you guys are figuring out just how magical you are, and you're becoming more courageous with this energy. Okay. I feel this energy also is learning to get more comfortable being in the moment with this card right here. The power of the moment is often not spoken of. It really is a key to manifestation, being in the flow of the moment. And I feel like that's part of your magical energy. I feel like people, when they're with you, they feel like you are present. They also feel when you are not. Okay, some of you guys, you get really busy, and I want you to know that when you're in the moment with someone, people feel you 100% there. They feel so connected to you. So when you are distracted, they feel it just as much. Okay. And I do feel this energy with Mammon, that sometimes people get greedy for your energy. They want more of your energy. Okay, that is the card that came with the deck. I thought I pulled that one out when I shuffled, because I always do a pre-shuffle of getting all the cards ready. We have Horror Fest, watching movies, binging. Okay, I feel like you have some really interesting like things you're interested in, like Horror Fest, watching movies, binging. I also feel like people like to, I'm seeing like people like watching movies and spending time. Like people like to hang out with you. People like to spend time really bonding and connecting with you. People like to talk to you. They like to be around you because you're charming. Okay. And if you do make any kind of content, they really like your content. Okay. That's just a side message for those of you who make content. I know not everybody does, but if you do, they really enjoy your content. They enjoy your aesthetic. Okay. Let's keep going. What is your magical vibe? What makes you so magical? Uninvited guest, uncomfortable creeper. I feel like you have no problem when someone gets out of line with you, you have no problem saying, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't have time for this. You are very courageous when it comes to like getting rid of unwanted energy. You do not put up with any bullshit from people. And I feel like this is coming from a place of you have before. So lessons learned. You may have been drawn to group one. If you have, there may be a message there for you. I feel like lessons learned, right? And you take those lessons and you use them to your advantage. Okay, we have deception here, so you definitely have had your energy taken advantage of more than once. So you become very wise when you've been taken advantage of. I think you're a very good person, but I'm hearing like, don't mistake my good-natured self for weakness. And in the past, people have. And I feel like some of you guys, literally your clothing or the way you look, your aesthetic, has like magically become your armor. You may have like jewelry or makeup or, certain clothes that you wear that have been magically charged. That won't be for all of you, but for some of you, there's something about your appearance. Some of you guys have really been focusing on like self-love and self-care and healing yourself. And I'm just picking up on all this on these two cards right here. And I feel like it's it's really coming out in ways that are unexpected. That's what I'm hearing. We have Halloween, celebration, special occasion, reunion. I think this magical energy is going to flow in such a way. I'm hearing like there's something unexpected manifesting for you. Tell me about this unexpected energy, this unexpected celebration, reunion, special occasion. Your magical energy is much more potent than you think. Some of you guys are learning to use it to your advantage. Okay. And when I feel the deception card, but what I'm feeling here is not exactly deception. I'm feeling like someone who is using their powers of enchantment, their powers of adornment, for glamour, magic, and seduction. Okay, you're just getting more in touch with your potency, with your seduction. Okay, you're becoming more clear on how to use it to manifest. And I feel like the seductive energy now coming forward. I feel like people are more attracted to you. People are more enchanted with your personality. And it's just like this magical energy. It feels very light and airy. I tell you, it feels kind of like, okay, I'll tell you how it feels. Psychically, it feels like freshly buttered popcorn. You know, the kind you get at the movie theater that's, you know, not super good for you, but man, it's just so good, right? Okay, that's what it feels like. We have the 9 of Wands and the 7 of Swords, okay? All right, there's something sneaking up on you. Thanks for the clarity with the 7 of Swords. I just love when my guides do that. The 4 of Swords, okay. Keep on. We have the High Priestess. Tell me about the 4 of Swords. The 5 of Wands. Oh, it's almost like they don't want to spoil the surprise. You gotta love them for that, right? I feel like this thing that's sneaking up on you, okay, it's being done in a very strategic way. It's gonna come after a time of recovery, in a situation where I feel like, you know, you've had to be like on your toes. Okay, it's been, you know, there's been a little bit of a fight here. You've had to be very determined. You've had to see through the bullshit. I feel like some of you guys have literally transformed into this High Priestess, and that is this magical energy that I'm feeling. It's very light. It's very fluffy, but it's buttery. It's yummy. It's delicious. It's very potent. It's very powerful. And now you are leveraging your energy to your advantage, and no one can get over on you. Not no bitch. Not nowhere. Not know how can get over on you. And I feel like, so I feel this energy is being very careful. Okay, very careful. Whoever this is, this energy is, the universe is just tiptoeing around this shit. I don't want to tiptoe. I don't want to tiptoe. Give me some more cards. Tell me more. We want to know. Tell me more. We want to know. We want to know who's tiptoeing around my magical group too. Tell me about this tiptoer with the 7 of Swords. Tell me about it. The 3 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So it could be a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Okay. Okay. I'm getting so much here. For some of you guys, like, this is somebody who's definitely interested. They're definitely attracted. Okay, so this is attraction energy with this Ace of Wands here. Look at that big old mushroom, y'all. Okay, so someone's very attracted to you. All right. It could be romantic. It could be a job. It could be something with an opportunity. All right. But very attracted. I feel like they're still like trying to figure it out, okay? But I feel like also this Ace of Wands is telling me that there is a magical attraction energy around you that's growing in potency, okay? And I have felt this in other readings. This isn't the first time I felt this, okay? And I feel like part of the message that's coming through for you is you need to use this energy to your advantage. to manifest the things that you want in your life, okay? Some of you guys are aware of this. You're starting to kind of feel this energy around you. Maybe you're getting more attention. Maybe people are complimenting you more. Maybe it's just general weirdness in some kind of area in your life that's been difficult. This will be something you've worked at. This is something you want. This is something, but it feels like it's something that you're not going to see coming, right? It feels like something that you can't really imagine as well. And it's going to make you really happy. Okay, there's happiness here as well. And the thing is that some of you guys have done so much work. You've tried to manifest, or you have manifested so much stuff that you may not remember what the fuck this is. I love that for you. I love that you've been doing your thing. You've been manifesting, doing your dream boards, journals, or chanting, or doing your spells, or doing your prayers, or whatever this is. Working on yourself, doing your thing, because there's definitely glow up energy here. There's definitely badass bitch energy here. And I mean that in the highest possible way. So I feel like, you've been doing all the work, and it's manifesting. It literally is manifesting. Mammon to me is manifestation. That is material world manifestation. Okay. So your magical energy is all about manifesting. It's about bringing things through, and you definitely have something coming for you. Okay. Coming through for you. And I feel like it's going to make you really happy. I think part of the issue for you is that you need to realize like how much stuff around you is manifesting. I feel like some of you are so deep in the manifestation part of your journey because you're still doing the work because you like it. You like doing the work, right? That you have stuff that's popping up or going to be popping up, or signs or something, and you don't even realize that you're manifesting stuff right now. You're manifesting stuff right now. It's happening right now, and it's not that you're not grateful, and it's not that you're just so busy. It's just that you've worked so hard and you're so focused, you're not noticing. And I think you need to notice. You need to stop and smell the flowers, okay? Literally, because they're blooming for you, all right? Because you have master manifestor energy, okay? Very much so, all right? I keep getting pulled to this deception card, okay? I want to caution you into becoming more aware of your own negative self-talk, okay? That can be the biggest block to manifestation. Don't talk yourself out of something you want to do. Don't talk yourself out of someplace you want to go or something you want to experience, okay? We have celebrating the world's diversity. What I'm getting is that for you, move into the energy of celebrating what's happening now for you. Like, be in receivership of the blessings you have now. What you have now is probably something you wanted before. And if you'll connect with that, if you'll start to open your eyes, ask for the awarenesses of the things that are manifesting for you now so that you can connect with that and be grateful and find joy in it. I don't care how small it is. Embrace that shit. Every small victory is important. Embrace the joy of it manifesting. Allow the validation of your magic, of your prayer, of your chanting, whatever this is. Allow that to hit your heart chakra. That, yes, that happened. Yes, I did that. Yes, the universe, angels, whatever. We did that shit. Yes, we did. As you connect more and more with that, you will see more and more success. The universe gives you more. It's like a beautiful play between you and the universe, So embrace. I'm getting like embrace more of the manifestations that you see, the more beautiful current that you see flowing from the universe, okay? So you can get into that joyful energy flowing around you, all right? Okay, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. right here. And I'll see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected the Red Hat Witch. This is going to be your reading all about what makes you so magical. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I will be pulling more cards as I need to for clarity, so let's get into the cards that came out for you. All right, we have the Hagstone. Okay. We have, we have Aradia, which is magic, and the Hagstone is protection. Alrighty. We have Forcus, Power, the Witch's Hat. What makes you so magical? We have Banishment, Hex. We have Witch, Healer. We have Lemon, Bitterness. Parsley, Death. We have Milk Thistle, Intrusion. We have, I don't know how to pronounce that, but we have Recovery. We have Tears, Onion. We have Olive, Peace. We have Dragon, Treasure. And we have Grief, Banshee. You got a lot of cards. Okay, you guys. First of all, I just want to say that I think you're incredibly difficult to know. I think you're a mystery. I think your magical energy that you put off is extremely mysterious. The Forcus card, Forcus, however you say the spirit's name, I don't mean any disrespect, but this spirit is about elegance, being well-spoken, being graceful, and very intelligent as well. But I also get a very green man energy, very connected to nature. I feel with all of this intense witchy energy that you have magic here, we have healer, we have witch's hat, we have witch, we have hex. I feel like part of your magical energy is that you deeply connect to the undercurrent of magic in everything, especially herbalism, especially in nature, like trees, flowers, rocks, crystals, that flow. I feel you're one of those people that can pick up objects and you just feel the magical energy in the object. You may be psychic, you may be empathic, but this also feels like a different ability. It feels like a magical ability, something that's been developed, okay? I feel specifically that you guys are witches. If you're not a witch, you definitely have the ability to be a very powerful witch. There's a magical current here that feels like you're born with it. And I don't want to say natural born witch, because I feel like all of us, every single one of us, are born with the natural affinity for magic. Magic is part of what we are. We just don't all recognize it. I do think some of us are born with a little bit more awareness of our magical ability. We're a little bit more, what do I say? What's the word I want to say? Connected to it. Okay. Sometimes because our family is more open to it. Sometimes because we've had some past lives that are more active in our consciousness or our subconsciousness when we are born. However that works out. Okay. But I feel like you were incarnated with a lot of magical energy in this lifetime. And you're extremely powerful. You're extremely protective. Some of you guys are, you have oppressed this energy within you but people feel it. Okay, they feel your power. And how do you know? How do you know this is your reading? Well, you're difficult to know. Okay, you're mysterious. You got that Scorpio vibe. You got a water vibe. Okay, so you may have water in your first big three. So that's sun, moon, rising. Or you could have water in one very powerful place. Okay, so I will just use myself as an example. Okay, I don't have a lot of water in my chart, but the one place I have water is an impression. Okay, it leaves an impression. Like I have Scorpio and Venus, okay, which is Venus in detriment. I don't want to hear about it, okay? But anyway, I have a powerful aspect of Scorpio in Venus. I also have some aspects in my chart that act like a Pisces element, okay? It's like a talent triangle thing that's going on. Anyway, so you could have some aspects that act like water, or you could have water in some kind of powerful aspect in your chart. And I feel like it casts an air of mystery, and there could be some other signs that work with that water to make this kind of air of mystery. Or you could have some Aquarius here where you are a little, I'm seeing the word aloof, difficult to know. There's secrets here. You don't tell everybody everything. And a lot of times this kind of personality comes from, past lives, where many of us who did, witchcraft or occult work or whatever, had to really keep our mouth shut, or we did folk magic, or we were midwives, or whatever we were. We had to keep our mouth shut. We had to keep secrets, because, bad things happen to good people. You know what I'm saying? So secrecy was a real thing, and we kept a lot of people's secrets. And when people failed to keep secrets, a lot of people, well, they lost valuable things, if you know what I'm saying. So you may have an inert kind of drive to keep secrets. Loyalty is extremely important to you. You keep your circle tight. Okay, so you may have a lot of friends or a few friends, but whoever it is, however big it is, you are loyal to those people. And I feel like most of you have like a tight group, okay? Not a lot of people that you call, true friends, best friends, like people that could show up at your house with a trash bag at 3 a.m. and say, can you help me bury this? And you wouldn't ask what's in the trash bag. You just do it. Okay, that's the kind of friends you are, that you're family when you're friends. Okay, you may have associates on the outside, but they haven't made it into your friend group. You're very loyal. It's almost like coven behavior with your friends, even if it's not a coven. Okay. You're extremely powerful. People feel this. I think you have the power to intimidate people even when you don't mean to. You're just real guarded. I feel like you don't let people into your home. You give off a witchy vibe even when you don't mean to. Even those of you who oppress this energy and keep it down and try not to show it, it is part of your aura. And the secrecy, the not letting people in your house, the being very cautious about, some of you guys, like after work, when you get invited out, you never go out. You never share things about your life. You're very, very guarded, which for a lot of you, you think I'm being very protective. You're actually causing people to talk about you because you're not telling them anything, and they get real curious because a lot of you guys, you dress a certain way, you act a certain way, and it all is part of this mysterious energy because you have witchy energy. You have a witchy vibe. You may have a witchy aesthetic. So even though you may think, oh, I'm keeping it down, I'm keeping it on the low, you kind of show it one way or another. It's something that you can't hide. Now I have recovery here. I have death. I have intrusion. I have bitterness. I have tears. You are a bad bitch. Okay. Regardless of gender, this is a compliment, and it's regardless of gender. Okay. You have been through so much, okay? And in order for you, we have grief here, in order for you to survive, you have had to transmute your tears and pain into recovery energy, into healing, into joy, into laughter, into a new beginning, okay? You are a powerful healer. And I feel like your powerful healing energy is there for you. You're the kind of person who has healed themselves. And that's the most powerful healer. Healer, heal thyself. You can't really help other people heal unless you heal yourself. You are the example. You are the show pony of your ability, right? So I feel like you've done that or are doing that, okay? There's a lot of bitterness here. There's a lot of reasons for you to be bitter, okay? You've been through a lot. And I feel like you have chosen not to be bitter. I think you've learned how to funnel that bitterness into action. Okay, put it to good use. Some of you guys use it to use banishment energy against people, places, and things that no longer serve you. I think you have used it as energy to kind of use no contact, use return to senders, put it into your magic. You've used it to transform your magical energy. You've used it for power. Some of you guys have learned how to use the pain, the suffering, and the trauma, and you have placed it into your magic, and it has made your magic extremely powerful. You cannot be fucked with, all right? And it's very intimidating. I feel like people who approach you magically, I feel like they can't even get close to your energy because it is so massive. And I don't think you realize it. I feel like I see this, and I'm feeling the grief here from all you've been through. But this is your magical energy here. This little red, it's not little, but this red robe person. Okay, so you felt this, it doesn't matter gender, this grief, this suffering, this has been you. And here you are now, okay? You've healed, you are healing, and you're cloaked. You're cloaked in this powerful shell. The shell feels like this is abyss energy. This is protective energy. You are protected by the abyss energy, this very strong structure of dark energy around you that shields you. You are almost like invisible to people who come towards you. They can't even see you. You are not on their radar. If someone is gunning for you, it's very hard for them to hit you magically or even in 3D because you are so invisible. You may be using some kind of magic for this. Well, obviously, magic for this. But inside this cloak, they can't see it. But I see bright light. I see rainbows and holographic light here. And it's cloaked in this darkness because you are the light in the darkness and you figured it out. And you have such great peace within and you protect it with this fierce cloak. You have such a witchy vibe. You have such a strong and passionate witchy vibe. And I feel like with this magic card, I keep getting pulled to this magic card. I feel like your essence, your witchy magical energy is something that is so powerful that if you didn't cloak it, some people would be shocked by it. They would be it'd be kind of like the Twilight Zone for some people. I feel like you're the kind of person that sometimes you are the messenger. You may be at work and all of a sudden you'll start talking about some subject and a weird quote will come out of your mouth and the person will look at you weird and you may not realize it, but that quote that you just said to that person is going to stick in their mind because it has a special meaning to them about some kind of subject or some kind of matter in their life that they're working with. Or you'll start talking about a song, or you'll tell somebody, oh, did you hear that song? And that song has a special meaning to that person about some kind of issue in their life. You tend to have messages for people. You may be a channel or a tarot reader as well, but I just feel like you tend to have a lot of at times you can be very prophetic, or be a deliverer of messages. But there's a lot of protective energy here. You're very protective of your own energy because you understand the intrusion. You understand what it's like to be invaded or taken advantage of. And I feel like you've had to recover so much from that. I do think you have a heart for people who are suffering because you've been there. I think you're very generous with people who, even acquaintances. I think you're an ear for people who you would call acquaintances. I think you are very helpful, but you don't necessarily let everyone in. I think sometimes people have a false sense of familiarity with you. I think people want to know you. They want to get close to that power. They want to get in that gate, that very private space you have, but you're very guarded. You just guard your energy very carefully because it feels like you know that your energy affects people. And like your good luck rubs off on people. When people do people you care about wrong, your energy rubs off on people. You know, it has effects. So you're careful about who you let get close to you, as well. So, but you are often and can be an open door for people to kind of like get counseling, run ideas off of, that kind of thing. Like people can come to you when they're in trouble. But I do think that for some of you, after a while, you kind of get tired of being the sponge because you're real sensitive. So you do put up boundaries. You do kind of like shut the door on it a little bit and are always good about taking care of yourself. I feel like you're a good self-parent. You've had to be. And for some of you, this is about you self-fathering. You've had to learn to put up your own boundaries and fight for yourself, like a warrior, right? I'm going to get 2 of these cards here. We have releasing emotional weight, and we have practicing daily spirituality. I feel like this is how you've recovered. This is where your strength has come from. I feel like you've had to release so much. There's so much trauma with this group, and I don't want to get into it. I don't want to trigger you, but I just want to acknowledge how much you've let go of. I am really proud of you. I can feel the weight lifted. I feel like the weight lifted and the boundaries went up. I feel like the weight lifted and your power, your ability, your clarity, everything increased, right? And I feel like as the weight really lifted, you were able to get into some kind of daily meditation or practice, or even just really be able to get really deeply into your craft. Whatever this is, it's as if the blocks to your magical energy are released. Now, for those of you who are still in the oppressive energy of this magical energy you have. Why are you so magical? Because you have magical energy. That's why. And a lot of you are a little blocked from it. I feel like practicing something daily, not what I tell you to, what you're drawn to. Okay, this is your journey. You have to listen to your own intuition, to your own gut. So what I'm going to tell you to do, if you're on this journey and you feel all this, but it's not active in your life, go where you're curious. If there's a spiritual practice that you're curious about, go study it. It doesn't mean that you're going to end up doing that practice, but studying that practice or looking into it may lead you to something else that you end up practicing. It may be parts of your road. This may be breadcrumbs that lead you to your castle, where you start doing something on the daily that helps you release some of these blocks, okay, to your awarenesses and to your magical energy, to the awareness of your own magical energy, to the growth of yourself, because that's really what this magical energy is about. It's about you healing and you releasing and your growth, okay, and you becoming the beautiful magical being that you're meant to be in this world, okay, not what people tell you should be, okay. We have dragon here, and it has treasure, and Focus, they say he can help you find treasure. Okay, and then we have dragon treasure. I'm not necessarily feeling treasure per se here in this card. I feel power. Okay, and I feel for you like your treasure in this life is how powerful you are. If you can connect to how powerful you are, you are so limitless in what you can do. But for some of you, connecting to this power is part of the challenge of your life, is being able to accept the truth of you, of who you are. And for many of you, you have some obstacles to overcome, and it's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy, okay? It's a journey. Life is a journey, okay? We're all going to get to the same destination. All right, it's about the experience. Tell me more about my group 3. Why is group 3 so magical? Tell me about their journey. Tell me about why they're so magical. Give me 3 cards. We have the King of Pentacles. Well, talking about this card, I feel like this is a King of Pentacles. Okay, this is someone who is deeply connected, green man energy, life force, primal energy, sexual energy, really connected to nature, really connected to herbalism, a healer, a provider. And I feel safety and security here. And safety and security is something that I feel like you give to yourself. I also feel like you have this magical ability to help others feel safe and secure. That's a big thing in this world right now because there's a lot of people who do not feel safe and secure, okay? And just to be able to give comfort and nurturing to another human being is a big deal because a lot of us don't feel comfort and nurturing right now. There's a big like fatherly kind of energy here, and fatherly, motherly, it's not a gender thing. It's an energy thing. And it doesn't mean that you're young or you're old. I feel like you're an old soul. And I feel like part of your mission here, and don't let me tell you what your mission is, but this is just what I'm feeling, is to kind of learn to love yourself in a big, big way, heal yourself in a big, big way, become really self-empowered, owning your power so that you can help others learn to do this for themselves. And that's your way of really empowering humanity, is helping them empower themselves. And how you do that, how each one of you do that is different. For some of you guys, it's just you being you out loud. Okay, that's your magical energy. That's your magical power. That's your magical vibe. That's why you're so magical. It's you being you out loud, because in this world right now, with all this oppressive energy, it is magical just to be yourself, because so many of us are having trouble with that. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands. This is the determined warrior. This is someone who has not given up. And honestly, no one, with the cards I see and the imagery I see, the psychic hits I'm getting, no one in the world would blame you for being bitter and giving up. Okay, no one. Because there is a lot with this intrusion card. I'm feeling like with the tears, there is a lot of reasons. There was a lot of reasons why someone would give up. And no one would have blamed you. Okay, but you did not, and you have not. You've kept going. Despite the difficulties, despite the blocks, despite the failures, despite how fucking hard this has been, because I feel it. I feel the energetic density here. I feel how hard this has been. And I just want to tell you, I am so fucking proud of you. I am so proud of you. If you have never heard anyone tell you how proud they are of you, I am so proud of you. I feel the victory here. I feel how much you've already won just by being in this reading with me, okay? And I'm just really proud of you, and I'm so glad you're here. I really, really am. You're very special, okay? And I need you to take care of yourself and don't give up. All right, because we need you here. You are a determined King of Pentacles energy, okay? And, you have an elegance about you. Beneath, on the surface of all this power, all this pain, all this champion warrior energy is an elegance. Is for some of you, you're very sophisticated, okay? This is very complex. You're very charming. You don't look like you've been through the battles you have. You don't wear your war wounds on your sleeve. You make this look easy. And to some people, it's very confusing. We have temperance. You know what? I'm feeling this as like, first of all, you have learned about divine timing. I feel like you don't let things bother you like you used to. When you meet an obstacle, you're like, okay, so we're going to do it a different way. All right, well, I'm just open for that experience. Whatever that is, I'm just open for it. You let the magic. You don't get wrapped up in the timing. You don't get wrapped up if an obstacle appears. Then you just allow it to appear and you roll with the punches. That is someone who has learned the value of magical timing. That is someone who has let go of the constraints of time. And some of you guys are wrestling with that. And that's where you're going. You're going to a time in your life where you're no longer wrapped up in the timing of things, the timeline. It has to work like this. It has to work by this time. No, that's not how magic, I was going to say music, but that's not how magic works. Magic just naturally unfolds, okay? It has its own rhythm. It has its own time. And if you can just allow it to unfold as it will, you will see incredibly magical, powerful things happen. And I feel like if you don't understand that now, if you haven't seen that happen, you're going to, okay? And it's going to validate so much for you that it will be so easy for you to move in magical timing. So just allow that to manifest for you, you know? And I feel like for those of you who are in that energy, that's part of what is so magical about you. You just allow the universe to flow and you get in flow with it. You may not be in flow every day, but you get in moments where you are so in flow with the energy of the universe that at times you kind of lose yourself in the flow, right? And it's beautiful because you get to feel the magic. I feel like you are someone who, when you are in flow, you deeply connect and kind of immerse your energy in that magical flow. Like you are someone that can pick up a rock and feel the magic in it. You can pick up herbs and feel the magic in it. You are very connected to magical energy and frequency, and that is your magical energy. That is what makes you so magical, honey. So yeah, that's what I got for you, group 3. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye guys.